Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Greetings, NGS community, on this Friday, the 19th of Rajab. We are nearing the last third of this sacred month. Inshallah, it has been beneficial for everyone. When we return from the break, we'll be entering into the month of Sha'aban and inching closer and closer to the blessed month of Ramadan, inshallah. Today's reflection, not surprisingly, is on the earthquakes, the devastating earthquakes that took place this past week in Turkey and in Syria and parts of Lebanon as well. And I know it's top of mind for Muslims all over the world and really all of humanity that's reflecting on what is often termed a natural disaster. So my reflection today is helping us think about how do we see this through the lens of Islam? What are some ways we can understand tragedies such as the one that took place this past week? And I've tried to find some resources for myself and for the community. Imam Ayaz, of course, here at the school is a great source for all of us to help make sense of these difficult situations. One quote I found very helpful comes from Ibn Qayyim, who says, "Dua is one of the most beneficial remedies. It is the enemy of calamity. It repels it, cures it, prevents its occurrence, and alleviates it or reduces it if it befalls one. It is the weapon of the believer." As in many cases, often the best thing we can do is dua, and never to underestimate the power of dua when it is sincere. So we make a dua for all of those impacted by this tragedy, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most compassionate, grants relief and protection upon all of those who have been impacted. The other thing that I found quite helpful was a reflection from Sheikh Yasir on 8 different perspectives that we can take when trying to understand tragedy. And I'll share that link below. But ultimately, what I gathered is it comes down to trusting in the divine wisdom of Allah. That these are opportunities for us to humble ourselves, to reflect, and to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are 2 images that really impacted me. One was a video of a building falling, and it falls in a matter of seconds, 2 seconds, and the whole building is absolutely demolished. And I'm reminded of some of the images presented in the Quran about Yawm al-Qiyam, about the flattening of everything, Zulzillaha, a time to reflect that this day will come when all of us will experience that type of earthquake, and that everything we see around us will be flattened. Subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah. And the other image was of a Muslim brother who was found with prayer beads in his hand. Perhaps you saw the image. And I spoke with a colleague in Turkey who said that her family knows him, and when they found him, he even had a smile on his face, subhanallah. So in these tragedies, we don't often know if it's a blessing or a punishment. It depends on each individual, but certainly it is a chance to reflect for all of us and to give gratitude, as another sister reflected on remembering to be grateful for even the stability below our feet. Subhanallah. So let us use this time to reflect, to increase our dua, to work on strengthening our iman, and placing our trust in Allah, who is the all-knowing, the all-sustainer, and is the one that ultimately knows the wisdom behind every action. Who are we to question? But certainly we can reflect and use it to grow closer to Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. So I pray that everyone has a blessed Friday and a blessed midterm break. Remember to use your time well. We don't know how much we have. So may you use your time well to grow closer to Allah, to increase in your reading of the Quran, in your dua, in your good acts, and may Allah accept them all. We look forward to seeing you back, inshallah, in a little over a week, as we then prepare for the month of Sha'aban, getting ready for Ramadan, inshallah. Fi aman Allah, wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa